Assault victim is convicted of a hate crime after she branded her attacker a you-know-what in text messages telling a friend how she'd been beaten up. It's tiresome, isn't it, eh? Not the first time and won't be the last time we hear stories like this. An assault victim is convicted of a homophobic hate crime after she branded her attacker an alternative word for a cigarette in text messages while ranting about being beaten up. Care home worker Elizabeth Kinney, aged 34, was said to have sent a barrage of messages to a former friend during what she described being attacked by a male mutual acquaintance. During the messaging, the single mother of four even sent pictures of her injuries from the assault, which resulted in her being admitted to hospital. But Kinney, an aspiring nurse, was reported to police over the use of the word you-know-what to describe the unnamed man and later charged with malicious communications offences. At Sefton Magistrates Court, Kinney from Tranmere pleaded guilty to causing to be sent by Public Communications Network an offensive, indecent, obscene or menacing messages. She insisted her words were a thoughtless rant and that she was not attacking anyone's sexuality. Pretty much spot on. You're gonna say stupid things after literally being beaten up. It's a natural response. But JP said her remark was quote-unquote homophobic and gave her an uplifted sentence of a 12-month community order. She was also ordered to undertake 72 hours of unpaid work and 10 rehabilitation activity days and pay £364 in costs and surcharge. None of the messages or context were fully read out at the hearing. I find this pretty strange. I mean, these messages are literally evidence. The pictures are evidence. It's strange for it to not be fully covered or fully read out at the hearing, but anyway. It is thought no one has been arrested or charged over the assault. Well, isn't that strange? Outlining the facts, Jacqueline Whiting, prosecuting, said the defendant and the victim in this matter had been friends but had a falling out, which resulted in an incident on October the 27th, 2024, whereby abusive and homophobic text messages were sent to the victim, causing her alarm and distress. Some mate, eh? The Crown placed this offence in the highest category of its type due to the effect related to sexual orientation and the greater harm because it had moderate impact. In mitigation, Kinney's lawyer Simon Simmons said there had been an incident in the text conversation. Miss Kinney sends photos of her quite badly injured. She had to attend hospital, she was effectively ranting and there is not much coming back. In terms of motivation and hostility, I do not suppose there was much thought process other than unloading a lot off her chest. She was simply upset about what had happened to her. There is reference to another male they had both been connected to, and this led to an incident not before the court that Miss Kinney was the victim of. It all sounds ridiculous and childish, and she is quite embarrassed to read them in the cold light of day. Though she used the words alternative word for a cigarette, they were not being used against a person's sexuality. They were simply words used without any thought to get it off her chest. There was no planning, no targeting, just a response to something that had happened to her, getting something off her chest. He also added, there was a one-off reaction to an incident and she acted in a manner which was below her normal standard of behaving. She works at a care home and has done for 16 years, working with elderly and the unwell, and she clearly does this to a decent standard. She wants to be a fully qualified nurse and is doing the Access course now. Well, good luck with that now. That's probably not going to happen now that she's got this on her record, but anyway. She is trying to better herself, to get solutions and answers to the issues she has. Sentencing her, JP Robert Warg said, the sentence has been uplifted because of the homophobic content. We accept that it may have been made in a rant, but nevertheless they were made. The CPS, Child Protection Services, were contacted for further comment about details of the messages. Now, we all know this by now. Literally nobody can stand the Malicious Communications Act. This isn't the first case we've seen like this, and it certainly won't be the last. They are designed to make people keep their mouths shut and to control them. That's what it's all about. Outside of England, we're a meme with how heavily enforced these laws are against what is usually good working class people like this woman here, who have literally come out just saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. I mean, this woman was literally a single mum who worked full-time as a care worker. I can't assume she's that bad of a person. Nothing exemplifies the absurdity of this than what has happened to this woman who was literally assaulted and admitted to hospital. So not only was she backstabbed by who she thought was her mate, seriously, and block her on everything, wash your hands of her at this point, but to also receive a more severe punishment by the state because she complained about said attack a little bit too hard about the person that attacked her. And as far as we know, I think the guy who attacked her wasn't even charged, so that tells you everything. It's stuff like this which is why parties like the Reform UK are becoming so popular. Whether they actually do anything about the predicaments the working classes face in this day and age in England is honestly a wait and see kind of thing though. But to conclude this video, I think the best thing to do is just give advice to you. The best advice I can give to people out there to ensure they don't face anything like what this woman has faced is never trust anyone. Don't trust your colleagues, and always be careful with what you say, especially in messages and online posts, etc. Things that could be screenshotted and used against you. Because you never know if a year from now, if what you said to your colleague, for example, will one day come back to haunt you. I mean, the messages this woman sent to her supposed friend, they were sent a year ago, and now it's coming back to bite her now. And now it's potentially ruined her life and her chances at a career in the NHS. So ultimately, always be careful with what you say, no matter who it is. But ultimately, people, this has been Lord Flashheart. Make sure to rate, comment, favourite, share and subscribe, and I will see you again. Cheerio.